So, Tara, welcome to our virtual interview this morning for you and afternoon for me. So, would you like to introduce yourself briefly?
Sure. So I'm Dr. Tara Mahoney. I am originally from Syracuse, New York. I did my undergraduate in business sport management at Nazareth College of Rochester. I was actually a college athlete there as well, so I played volleyball in college. I then went on to get my MBA at West Virginia Wesleyan College. So I have a master's in business administration. And while I was there, I actually had what we call in the United States a graduate assistantship. So I worked for the university while getting my education. And I ran their outdoor recreation program there. So I coordinated all of the outdoor activities for the students, faculty, and staff. Loved that, decided that I actually liked the outdoor aspects more so than the corporate America business components of my degree. And so I decided to pursue a career in recreation. So I moved back to the Syracuse area and started working in municipal recreation, where I ran all of the youth and adult sport programming as well as special events for the town of Sullivan. And so that's anything from local 5K races to we had Easter egg hunt, fishing derbies, again, all of the soccer leagues and kickball leagues and youth summer camps, everything of that sort. I did that for about 4 years or so, and then decided that I really missed being on a college campus, and I wanted to figure out a way to get back on a college campus. And so I did a little bit of soul searching and decided that the best job I could possibly have on a college campus, my dream job, would be a college professor. So in order to pursue that, I went to University of Louisville to get my PhD, so down in Kentucky. While I was there, I worked in their athletic program. I worked for I taught for them and did research, and then got my PhD. And then I've been with SUNY Cortland, again in upstate New York, so just about a half an hour south of Syracuse. And for anyone that's familiar with New York City, it's about 4 hours north of New York City. And so I've been with SUNY Cortland for 6 years now, so just about to start my 7th year with SUNY Cortland, and been loving every minute of it.
Wonderful. And now you teach also here in Finland, in Young University, in our sport business master's program. So what do you teach here?
Yes. So with my business background, one of my core areas of teaching is in strategic management. So that's what I teach a lot of at SUNY Cortland, and I was really excited to have the opportunity to teach at YAMP as well.
Wonderful. And you've been very active in internationalization, which is, I would say, not very common in the United States often. So what drives you? Why do you think the internationalization is important for sport management students?
Yes, so I think every day, every year, the world is getting smaller. So we see sport becoming much more global than it ever has been before, in terms of the professional leagues drawing players from around the world, as well as people going around the world to experience sport. And so with the increase in technology, again, which has been exponential in the past 5 or 10 years or so, we see sport really becoming this global game. And so I think it's more and more important for our students to get that international experience so they can be prepared to be successful in whatever career path they choose.
Yeah, and we've been actually doing quite many international projects over the years, and also a common course between our universities for undergraduate students. So what do you think students benefit from these kind of collaboration projects that has international focus?
Yeah, definitely. So I think, whether it's an international professor like myself or yourself and all of the other great professors that you bring into, the YAMP program and SUNY Cortland's program, or if it's working by side with international students, I think the varying perspectives of where you're from and what your experience is like, and your sport experience is different depending on where you're coming from. And I think that the diversity in perspectives that we have in each of these places really helps to give a well-rounded view of the sport industry to the students.
Yeah, and obviously there are cultural aspects as well in this kind of internationalization. Mm-hmm. When we have a time difference, for example, for students to take into account when they do their group work, and then we have students from different cultural backgrounds.
Exactly.
So So how do you feel students from different backgrounds and countries have succeeded in studying in these multiple courses you've been teaching or these projects you've been leading, since they come from very different areas and with very different language skills also?
Yeah, I think it can be nerve-wracking at first, in either direction. So even the U.S. students who English is their native language, I think they still get a little bit nervous working with people from other countries, because some of them, this might be their first time, meeting someone from another country or having this kind of cultural experience that you just mentioned. Particularly anyone who English is their second language, I think that's another hurdle. But I think the more that you just kind of jump right in to these projects and really embrace the assignments, that students have, succeeded well beyond, I think, our expectations for them and their expectations of themselves. That I see students, still communicating after these courses, that they were doing a project together. We've run this program for 5 years or so now. I still have some people that are connected from groups that they had way back when. And so again, it's kind of deeper than some of the just projects that you're working on, but students really immerse themselves in this international experience and get to know each other, and then build bonds to work together in the international sport industry throughout the remainder of their careers. So it's a really exciting opportunity.
Absolutely. So you have traveled the world, or almost the world. So what is the next destination?
Oh my gosh. Well, I have so many I have so many destinations that are on hold right now, but what has been on my hot list for a while is I love hiking, and backpacking, and the outdoors is one of my passions, just kind of in my own life. And so New Zealand has been on my short list for quite a while, just because of the outdoors and the mountains and the ocean and the lakes and all of that natural beauty. I've kind of been itching to go there. And so it was actually on my list for this summer, but has unfortunately been canceled due to our current circumstances. But again, just making that checklist, and I'll hit them all off once we're allowed to travel again.
All right, then. Thank you, Tara, very much for this interview. And I hope you have a great day back in New York.
Great. Thank you too.